Hey everyone, I'm Armor Gaming, welcome back to my channel, and welcome to a monster analysis on Santerion. He is the newest and latest Metal Forsaken monster, and I think that he might just be the best Forsaken monster, primarily due to the fact that he's actually usable. Even if you only get this monster to rank 1, which I think is very manageable for players, you're going to be able to take on some of the most elite of elite monsters. Whereas the problem with current Forsaken monsters, at least at the time recording this video, is that most players can only get them to unranked or rank 1, and when you're taking on higher monsters, level 130, rank 5s with high level runes, it's harder for them to really compete. But Santerion is different because he's a tank, and he's a quite unique tank. So without further ado, let's jump into the analysis, starting off with the life stat, which really matters the most since he's a tank. 44,636. He completely obliterated the metal category. He's like, move over Warmaster Remntar, who had the previous highest life of 42,223, and he came in with his 44,636. So, incredible life stat, 2,000 more points than Warmaster Remntar. In terms of every single legendary monster that's ever been released, this is the 5th highest stat, tied with Soul Hugger, so incredible life stat all around. His power is 3476, which is pretty powerful. Not necessarily the highest, but again, he is a tank. He doesn't necessarily need to worry about power. His speed stat is 3421, which is nowhere near being like tied with deniers, but again, he's a tank, so he's actually pretty fast for a tank. So the most important thing is that his life stat obliterates. And now let's talk about his trait, which is what makes this monster so usable. So unranked, this monster starts the game off with Hardened and Status Caster Megatons. Incredible, right? This is the reason Dunraw is so good. This is the reason why I have Dunraw at level 105, and I can still use Dunraw when I face a 130 Thalassa base. Because having Megatons, having the enemy have to attack my Dunraw before anyone else, allows me to combo by having a monster with anticipation on my teammate, or having a denier that can go after the enemy monster goes first. So, incredible. If you get this monster unranked, you will have a usable monster. But what makes this monster even better is if you manage to get this monster ranked up, and you should be able to, you get Megatons. You get Megatons as a trait. So this is the first monster to actually have Megatons as a trait. So unranked, you have a Status Caster, which means it can be removed with positive effects, right? When that attacks you, you lose your Megatons. At rank 1, the only way to lose your Megaton is to be trait disabled. So this is going to lead to an increase of players relying on trait disabling. And this also means your Santerion is a force to be reckoned with, because no monster is going to be able to go and just remove your positive effect. That's not going to do anything. You have Megaton as a trait. And again, most players can get this monster at rank 1, so that is going to be very, very incredible. And then to make matters worse, or better depending what side you're on, at rank 3, he gets Artifact. You cannot deny this monster. You cannot apply torture skills, which is probably the most important thing. Because one of the easiest ways to take out tanks is to land a little curse, land a little quicksand, land a little ignition. Well, at rank 3, you start the game off with Artifact, and you have Megatons. So what can the enemy do? They can't control you, they can't possess you, they can't freeze you, they can't Mega Stun you. They literally have to kill you. So this is where skills that chip away at your, just a percentage of your life are going to be important, right? Death Door minus 75% of HP, that's going to be significant. But they're not going to be able to torture you, right? Like right now I can apply a Quicksand and Curse and Sunburn with Wormlad on a Dunraw, and that Dunraw will die very easily. But if you're taking on Santerion that has Artifact and Megaton as a trait, literally the only way to counter is going to be with Trait Disable, right? And so with so many monsters being able to cleanse, if that Trait Disable gets cleansed, you're back to having your Artifact and your Megatons, right? So you're going to need essentially Trait Disable an extra turn. But if the enemy team is running an anticipation monster, you're going to be in for some trouble. So I think this might officially be the best Forsaken monster as of right now, as of time recording. At rank 4, you get an area damage reduction, which, I mean, it's good. I don't think it's too significant. The fact that you are a tank and that reduces damage output on you, and you have Megatons, so you're absorbing everything, that is good. But it's really, if you can get this monster to rank 3, trait-wise, you're going to be set. And then to make things even harder, is he can hold a banner, which, oh my gosh, like, obviously if you have the charging banner, you can use that so you don't ever have to worry about stamina. But if you have like a Tomb's armor, oh my gosh. You can also hold the armor, so Thetis is like, oh my gosh, this monster is going to be one of the hardest monsters to kill. I'm telling you now, like, you're gonna see him automatically go to, like right now, Iso is one of the most common Megaton monster used. I think Santerion is gonna take a spot, right? Santerion is definitely gonna take a spot. Like the thing about Iso is that he has, what does he have? He has Megaton and immunity to freeze. Santerion's gonna take his spot easily, having that artifact and that Megaton for sure. Quite phenomenal for sure. But let's move on, right? Oh, by the way, he's in Mechanical Sea and Winterbug. Alright, tier 1, we have Elf Unit Logistics. Moderate metal damage, applies nanovirus to all enemies. One string cooldown, 35 damage. Cookie Input Port deals heavy special damage, applies a random negative status effect to one enemy. This is spammable and 50 damage. And Toy Boltzmann Machine removes negative effects from itself, gives one extra turn to itself. So this skill is interesting. It has a 3 string cooldown. Definitely usable more so, I would say, when you're below rank 3. When you're rank 3 or above, there's not really going to be any negative effects for you to remove. So it's essentially a free extra turn. But at the same time, like I mentioned, trade disabling is going to be one of the most commonly used things against this monster. If you do ever get trade disabled and not denied, this is going to be really good because you can essentially cleanse your own trade disable. So I think it's very good that this monster has a negative effect status cleanser by himself. And again, even unranked, the fact that you could get hit with a bunch of tortures and you can just use Toy Boltzmann Machine to get rid of all those tortures, that's really, really good. So really great skill to utilize from tier 1. This also makes me think of like monsters like Dragard that can trade disable and deny. Those monsters are going to be very significant to taking down bases like Santerion over here. Let's move on. Markov's Countdown Chain removes positive effects from one enemy, applies a random negative status effect to one enemy, applies a random torture to one enemy. So this skill hates a single enemy, right? So 1 string cooldown, so easy to spam essentially. 21 stamina cost, very low stamina cost. So let me remove your positive effect, let me hit you with a random negative status effect, and let me also hit you with a random torture. I like that a lot. Pathfinding to a Chimney deals very heavy metal damage to an enemy, applies daze, 60 damage, quite powerful, 2 string cooldown, nanovirus. Let's see, Sweater's Pattern Recognition deals a moderate metal damage to enemies, applies a random torture to enemies, heals all allies by 35%. So, not only does this monster have an incredible life stat, 5th highest overall in the game, right? Kills it in the metal category, highest life stat in the metal category, amazing traits, Megaton that lasts forever, potential artifact, status caster damage reduction, being able to hold a banner and an armor. And by the way, banner, also if you have like Talika's banner, start the game off with increased like life, right? Your maximum life is increased for the whole duration of the game. Combine that with the fact that this monster's artifact, like, oh my gosh, this is armor, like, oh, I can't get over like how good this monster is. He also has healing skills, right? Heals all life by 35% and a random torture to the enemy. So he's killing the enemy while also healing. Let's keep going. We're only in tier 2. Workshop Heuristics deals heavy metal damage to one enemy, applies a random protect effect to our allies. Wow, that's good. A random protection effect. So again, if you're tier 3, if you're rank 3, you might not benefit from that yourself, but at least your allies benefit. And if you're below rank 3, at least you benefit from a random protection, right? Like, what if you have dodge area? Then you'd have dodge area and you'd have Megaton. That'd be a crazy killer combo. Let's see, Jingle Bell Curves heals one ally by 75%. Wow. Wow. 2 turn cooldown, 20 stamina, such a low stamina cost. You could be on the verge of death, and then you heal yourself by 75%. Oh my goodness, this monster's going to be so hard to take down, I'm telling you. And you're not even done. You also apply a random negative status effect to the enemy. So, on top of healing yourself, like let's say you're rank 3. Oh gosh, I hope it doesn't have like 100% heal. Let's say you're rank 3. Artifacts, so it's hard to kill you with torture. Let's say use your Thetis' banner already, or Thetis' armor, like... Oh, sorry, I don't know, I might be getting my relics mixed up, because I'm just thinking of like so many possibilities. Oh my gosh. Yeah, but let's say you've used Naboris' armor, I think that's what I was thinking. Whatever it is, right? Like, let's say you've used up your relics, you're about to die. Bam, instant 75% heal, and the random negative effect, or random, yeah, negative status is like a blind, a daze, so accuracy is reduced. Oh my gosh. Neural Network Carol, sorry, removes positive effects from all enemies. Nice. Wait. Yes, nice. Deals moderate metal damage, applies daze. Again, the daze helps with the damage reduction and the accuracy. Alright, so, tier 3. really, really great skill set. So again, even if you get this monster unranked, you're gonna have a really fantastic monster. But let's talk about actually ranking up this monster. So, Behavior Christmas Tree removes negative effects from all allies, applies life regen to all allies, stamina regen. Fantastic skill. This really is more for your allies. No, wait, this is rank 1. So yeah, you still don't have artifacts. So great skill. If you take the monster to rank 3 and above, you don't benefit from the life regen and stamina regen. Next skill deals heavy special damage to enemies, heals all allies by 50%. So we have a 50%. Man, I wonder if this monster was just a... I feel like if this monster was rank 3 and above, and you just ran all the heal skills, 35% heal. What is it? 35% heal, 50% heal, the 75% heal, and the extra turn, you'd be set. Like, you're literally healing the whole time, and you're just absorbing attacks with the Mega Taunt. Like, how hard is that going to be to take down? I imagine it's going to be super, super hard. My goodness. It only has a 2-turn cooldown. How much is the other one? The 35% heal. Even this one's a 3-turn cooldown. Random torture. And 75% also 2-turn cooldown. You can literally cycle. You could probably just do Jingle Ball curves and ho 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 and like 2 extra turn skills, honestly. Speaking of extra turn skills, Gifting Algorithm applies a random negative effect to all enemies. Applies a random positive to all allies. Goes 1 extra turn. Wow. That is good. And then the last one deals massive metal damage to an enemy. 70 damage. Applies a random torture to enemies. Applies a random torture. Wow, 2 tortures to all enemy monsters. Oh my gosh. Uncontrollable Christmas deals heavy metal damage to all enemies. Activates cooldowns. Random torture. Just win the game already. I think it goes without saying, Santerion is by far phenomenal. One of the best monsters. A fantastic way to end 2019, I guess. By releasing this super powerful Forsaken monster that is obtainable, again, free to play. If you play your cards right, you do the limited edition pathway, you'll get Santerion unranked, and then you accumulate coins, maze coins, and before the maze ends, use them all. You'll probably get them at rank 1 with a few extra cells, and you'll be good to go. Wow. He's phenomenal. What can I say? He's a tank, right? So you want to give him 2 team speed and a life, maybe a single speed, a single life, a single team speed. Like, just, there's different ways. You can even do 2 life and a single speed. You can do team speed. I don't think I'd recommend 2 life, but again, he has a lot of heal skills, and if he's rank 3, you can utilize artifact. Heck, I've seen Ezra with 3 life, and he's hard to take down. But the fact that this monster is going to be able to have artifact, you can't land torture, the fact that you can give him a banner, the fact that you can give him an armor, the fact that you can utilize the heal skills. Oh my gosh, I don't know how players are going to take him out other than trade disabling, killing the allies, preventing. Oh my gosh, I can't. Let me know what you guys think about Santerion in the comments below. Super excited to hear your guys' comments about this monster. Any thoughts about the game, also let me know in the comments below. Thank you very much, and I will see you all next time.